the heroic tale of heroically heroic heroes.
From the makers of the Legend of Legendary Heroes.
Episode 1, When Destiny Comes A-Calling. Don't pretend there's no pony home.
Written by Douglas Adams. Redundant titles are funny. Suspenseful music.
Equestria, land of freedom, land of plenty, land of butterflies, cute little bunnies, and one or two creatures with more teeth than strictly necessary.
Land
Most
of
of all,
funny narrators.
Land of ponies. And so it came to pass that in the land of Equestria, a great age of peace did fall.
Interesting.
This is not to be confused with the great age of peace.
What?
Which happens
What? Sorry, I can't hear you anything you're saying right now.
A unicorn finally reaching the end of her tether.
The music is not
This
helping.
age
It's
of
coming in your
peace that
voice.
stretched from shore to shore.
Are you in a
and
cavern?
mountain.
Seriously, what's with the echo?
Great solemnity that it was a very nice thing indeed.
Somebody likes Monty
Always
Python.
the way of things, no matter how things are. Yea, there are always those for whom a good thing is not good enough. History has marked these voices as rebels and revolutionaries, but more usually has bestowed upon them the footnote of grumpy guts and bellyachers.
What?
And so, our story begins in the much-vexed town
Finally.
of Ponyville. Harbor of harmony, hub of heroes, sporadic epicenter of chaos, place of random singing outbreaks, and home of the realtors, E.W. Waddle and Son.
Well, he's right about sporadic episode of chaos at least. Typing.
And done. Phew, that's a relief. My hooves are sore from typing.
Move your hooves, please.
Typewriting!
Oh, watch out.
The heroic tale of heroically heroic typewriting!
Or you'll spill ink all over everything.
Whoops. Sorry. Here. Let me just wipe that off.
Not with a mop. Not with the mop! Oh, now look. They're ruined.
He's their main
Oops.
character.
Again. Sorry. Again.
You're always sorry, Bucket. Honestly, can't you be more careful? It's not that difficult to
My
do.
English accent
Well,
is
you know
very
what they say.
displeased.
You can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Bucket, with you around, the omelette is burned, the eggs are smashed, the kitchen is on fire, and the chickens have deserted the hen house in case of future omelette attempts.
That's just silly. I don't own any chickens.
Over.
And even if I did, they'd never run away from me because I'd be really, really nice to them. I'd give them little blankets and pillows instead of prickly, stickly straw, and I'd feed them
What?
corn and bread and stuff right out of my hoof, and I'd tuck them in at night, and I'd read them a bedtime story and everything. They'd be super duper happy and never want to leave my hen house, which I'd build, of course. With some
I'm
help, since
confused.
I'm not
Where are
allowed
we
to use
talking
saws
about
anymore after that thing
omelets?
with the tree branches and the mayor's picnic.
Okay. That's not one I've heard before.
He's clumsy!
Probably don't.
This
And
is
now I
meant
have
to
to
establish
retype
that
the
our main
minutes from this
character
one
is
meeting,
stupid.
And Mr.
Anyone-
Madhog has
everybody
a
got
plan
that?
at 2 o'clock that he wants me to sit in on to take minutes from that. So I have to pull my socks up.
Socks? But you're not wearing any socks. I can see your hooves sticking out from under the table.
For the love of...
You pervert.
It's a turn of phrase, Bucket.
Oh, is it from Trottingham? I like it when you teach me weird Trottingham words. I like to use them when I'm talking to other ponies so no pony can understand me.
No pony can understand you anyway.
Huh?
She
Did you say
didn't!
something?
Just talking to myself.
Well, you shouldn't do that. Ponies will think you're, you know, a bit weird.
Bucket, we live in a town where seeing Cerberus, an Ursa Minor, and a Hydra in the same week can be considered a bit of an inconvenience. Not to mention spontaneous clones, parasprite attacks, rogue thunderclouds knocking 7 bells at a town hall, and a library that jumps 50 feet in the air when the librarian has a tantrum. Why, just last week, we were all trapped underneath the magical equivalent of a giant fishbowl. The weirdness threshold around here
Continuity
is slightly
respected.
higher than me.
Wait, her name is actually Honey? I thought they were a married couple!
What?
Guess what?
Naming
Did you miss the part
conventions.
where I said I have work to do?
Equestria.
Oh,
I want to show you my helmet.
Bucket, if you ever again attempt to show me, or indeed any mare, your helmet, I'm warning you now, it won't be pretty. And it may, indeed, be quite painful. For you.
Well, I think it's pretty.
Most stallions do.
Huh?
Never mind.
I only wanted to show you
Oh,
the plume.
snap! You got sass, sis!
Well, no. Actually, it's made from this sort of imitation feather, bristly, prickly, bushy, shushy type thing.
So, in
What?
other words, a brush.
But it looks like for real feathers from a distance.
Several miles distant, I imagine. What kind of brush?
Huh?
So, in other words, you have a helmet with a
It's a
toilet
red
brush
one. Look, I'll show you.
stuck to it.
I have it here on my cleaning cart.
Why am I not surprised?
I
Brilliant.
was excited when it arrived in the mail this morning. I couldn't leave it at home. I hid it behind the spare garbage bag so Mr. Waddle Sr. wouldn't see. I keep sneaking looks at it as I'm cleaning up. See? It may be a brush, but it's all swirly, whirly, curly, so from a distance you can't really tell.
Swirly, whirly, curly.
It's a toilet
Okay,
brush.
What?
Your plume.
you know,
It's the head of a toilet brush.
Pinkie
It's
Pie
been
is
dyed
funny
red
and
and
all,
glued
but
to the top of the helmet.
male version
No,
of
it
Pinkie
isn't.
Pie,
I think you'll
it's
find
just
it is.
really
No,
annoying.
it isn't. It's it is a toilet brush, isn't it?
Yep.
No!
Not again.
Pony
This is
feathers?
from the last time when the metal
Is
was
that a
made from
swear?
tinfoil. Or the time before when that
I still cannot understand anything you're saying right now!
Help! I can't die! Help! Someone help me! Help! Help! I can't see! I can't...
Oh, that's better. Thanks, Mr. Snuggles.
Mr.
I did it
Snuggles.
again, didn't I? Huh. Well, it's a good thing you're so clever with those claws. Who's a clever kitty, helping Daddy to overcome his sudden inexplicable disability? Clever kitty deserves a treat for being so clever. Ta-da! Now, I know what you're thinking.
Never do that
You're
again.
thinking, but Worm, that's just an ordinary dried anchovy like we always have. And you'd be right. But, my little friend, no more shall we be forced to eat so much freeze-dried food. No more will we have to rely on my fishing skills, or, lack of them. No more will I miscalculate when I swoop down to the river, get my wings wet, and be carried all the way to the goat village without any fish to show for it. No more, I tell you, no more!
I'm just going on a limb here, but
I think
I
need to schedule
think
some
he
evil
might
laughter
not be
practice
very
tonight.
good at his job.
But first, with the spell I've been
Just a
learning,
hunch.
I shall set us free from the shackles of poor dietary requirements. I shall turn this measly anchovy into a mega-sized salmon. Where are you
Going to
going?
be a
It'll
sort
work this
of a
time, I
mega
swear. See?
anchovy.
All you have to do is take my wand, say the incantation, point it at
Wait,
the fish,
griffins
and
have
voila!
wands?
That means it'll be salmon time for
He's
Mr.
a griffin,
Snuggy
by the
Poo.
way.
Or it will be as soon as you come
A
out from
griffin with a
under the
magic
bed.
wand.
Don't you trust me, Mr. Snuggles? Mr. Snuggles? Ow!
I think
That's
Mr.
smart!
Snuggles doesn't like you very much.
Someone is a real grumpy puss today. Did you see what I did there? I called you a grumpy puss, which is funny because you're a... Oh, never mind. I'm
It's
pumped,
not funny, you
primed
should
and
be
ready to
ashamed of
transform this
yourself.
sucker. Now, what was that spell again? Oh, yes. By my troth, my shape be torn. From this way, this look, this form. First unwrap, then reform. I command thee to transform! Bin, bin, salad, bin! Oh dear.
That's a weird sound effect.
Not quite what I had in mind. Hey, Mr. Snuggles, how do you feel about fishing for your supper in the brand new pond I put in the middle of our kitchen? At least this way, neither of us can get washed downstream. No, you're
Mr.
right.
Snuggles is not
I guess the
pleased.
piranhas were going a bit far. But perhaps
Here
I
I
can throw
am.
our enemies into it. If, we had any real enemies. And
Whoa, you're worse than Gargamel, and that's saying something.
Do you know something, Mr. Snuggles? I'm not sure I'm cut out for all this dark magic stuff.
No!
I'm a Grimwing. The Grimwing family has always been brilliant dark sorcerers. I'm supposed to keep all the traditions and things alive, but I can't even cast a simple spell. Maybe Dad was right. Maybe I am a loser. By the time he was
Well,
my
somebody's
age,
got daddy
he
issues.
drained the life force of an entire village at once to recharge his magic wand.
He
Enslaved
did
a
what?
dragon prince into being his steed, and fought the king of the griffins to a standstill. What have I done?
Sounds like an awesome dad.
Suck its magic. My wand is running on fumes. The last
Not
time I
everyone
saw a
can be a
dragon,
Harry
he tried
Potter.
to barbecue me. And the king of griffins thought I was a fledgling. A fledgling! If it weren't for you by my side, Mr. Snuggles,
I guess
I wouldn't
that's
have
an
anyone.
insult.
Mr.
I like
Snuggles,
Mr. Snuggles. He's
What are you
expressing
doing with my
exactly
spellbook?
what I'm feeling right
Careful.
now.
If you knock it off the lectern, it'll squash you. Aw, isn't that sweet? He's pretending to read. Oh, I love it when you try to help me, Mr. Snuggy Poo. You always look
Wait.
so cute when you mess around with my potions ingredients, pushing them into my cauldron with your tail. Or get into my spell stash and unroll all the scrolls, or...
Huh?
What's on that page that has you so interested? Oh no, I didn't use a dried
think
anchovy
Mr.
as a
Snuggles
bookmark again by
is-
mistake, did I?
Hiding something.
I can't see any anchovy. Just this translating tongue spell.
Oh, I see where this is going.
I learned this one when Dad first gave me my wand. He made my wand just like his father made his. He flew to the highest peak of the Mystic Mountains, broke off the branch of one of the bitter tears trees that grow there, whittled it down to a wand shape using his own claws, split it in two down the middle, plucked a
I
feather
get
from over
it.
my heart
He's
and sealed
bad.
it
I
in
get
between
it.
the two
He's
halves, so
awesome
it's
and
truly
you
mine.
are a loser.
He's such a
Get on with
traditionalist
it.
when it comes to magic. An observant teacher, too.
Just
See?
do that bloody
Here's a
spell
doodles I
already.
did of
We all
flowers
know
and
where this
bunnies
is
while he was
going.
demonstrating proper spellcasting poses. And here's the indent from where my beak landed after he spotted me. That would have been
We
a
already
good
established
transformation
you're
spell. No
bad
problem.
at this.
I'll never be
It's
half
no
the
longer
sorcerer
fun.
he is.
It's no longer hilarious. It's just becoming
Oh,
redundant.
Mr.
So
Snuggles, are you trying
get
to
on
get
with
me
it.
to cast something simple to get my confidence up? That's it, isn't it?
yeah, I'm sure that's
Oh,
his
what a
real
wonderful,
motivation.
wonderful kitty you are. I could just hug you. In fact, I think I
Please
will.
don't.
Okay then, maybe later. But you're definitely due for some huggles, Mr. Snuggles. I knew rescuing
Mr.
you was the right
Snuggles.
thing to do. You're the best
Could
friend a
there
griffin
ever
could
be
ever
a more
have. Who
cliche,
needs a dog when they could have a
annoying
cat like
cat name
Now,
than Mr.
let's see.
Snuggles?
you? I should have enough power left in my wand for this. Words aloud meet words unsung. Forth I call thee throat, mouth, lung. Let words flow from old to young. I command thee, share thy tongue. Bing, bing, salad, bing!
Mithril, Mentos, Zincos, Focus, Cadabra. Whatever. Whoa. Here's a change of tone. I think Mr. Snuggles might be
Mr.
evil.
Snuggles?
Well, what did you expect, fool? You cast a translation spell.
Yes, but I was aiming at
Well,
the
now
piranha.
all the tone is
What?
gone.
I thought it might be fun to find out
This
what
sounds
piranha think.
ridiculous.
It can't all be right? But this is pretty cool too.
Pretty cool. You really are the master of understatement, aren't you?
I'm the master
Oh,
of something
snap.
goody.
All the magical
I
creatures.
feel for you, Mr.
Christ
Snuggles.
damn.
The cat is the main villain of this story. The cat! The heroic tale of heroically heroic
I didn't
heroes!
see you there.
You're done for the day?
Yes. Do you have much left to do?
Just this corridor. I, had a little accident with the vacuum earlier.
Did you set it to blow instead
You don't
of suck
say.
again?
No. No. Yes, I did. But in my defense, that button should be better labeled.
Oh, Bucket. Bucket,
Oh,
Did
Bucket.
do you like being a janitor?
It's okay. What I'd really like, though, is to be a
But
royal
this
guard.
is what my QD
Yes,
mark
I guess
is
that.
telling me to be a
At the risk
janitor.
of sounding like an idiot, why haven't you joined up instead of working here? You were working for Mr. Waddle and Mr.
Because
Waddle
this
and
is what my
Waddle
QD
for
mark
that
is telling me. Weren't you
Well, I
here?
tried to
Weren't you
join
listening to
lots
me?
of times. I filled out the application forms and everything.
There are application forms for becoming a royal guard? Oh,
Applications
I'd always
forms?
imagined it was less bureaucratic than that.
Uh-huh. And the forms
You'd
are
be
pages and
surprised
pages
at what
and
can be
pages long. They
bureaucratized
ask all sorts
these
of weird
days.
questions, too. Like, they want to know if you know your own
Bureaucratized,
name and get you to
real
write it
word.
down to prove it. What kind of moron doesn't know his own name? But some of the questions are super personal, too.
You could.
On every form I filled out, they've asked about,
What?
you know.
No,
Oh god.
I don't.
I get the joke.
Excuse me?
It's
If
not
I've
funny.
ever had-
I'm sorry, Bucket. You're talking so quietly. I really can't make
It's
out what
not
you're
funny.
saying.
Sex!
Oh!
Sex! They've asked if I've ever had it!
Sweet
We're
Celestia!
asking your gender, you
Question
idiot.
that?
Oh, this
It
is
was a little
becoming
box at the top. It
painful
said
by the
sex,
minute.
and only had enough room to write yes or no.
Bucket, I was asking if you're a stallion or a mare.
Really? Oh, pony feathers.
Well, at the very least, I'll give the
Okay,
admissions for
seriously
good
with
luck.
this pony
It's
feathers,
okay.
cut it
You'll
out.
be back.
Well,
It's
sure I did.
It's
Every time.
really
They were really
obnoxious.
prompt, too. Personal and punctual. That's the kind of heroic pony I want to be.
And what did they say?
Good luck with
I
that.
wasn't experienced enough. Apparently they get colts from all the military academies applying, and they're all experts in combat and weapons, and how to march in a line without falling over or turning the wrong way and crashing into some pony.
Well, that's nice to
I tried
hear.
practicing
Can we
at
actually
home,
see
but I
all
didn't
that
practice in
training
the
in
yard after I
action
broke
the
a leg.
next time
And
the
I broke a
changelings invade
And,
Canterlot,
uh,
maybe?
And the bathtub, though I'm still trying to figure out how that one even happened.
Yeah, I'm
Anyway,
convinced the
Royal
guards are
Guard
all
make exceptions
incompetent
for
in
ponies
this
who show
universe.
outstanding skills, acts of heroism, and dedication to the Royal Guard Creed. And told me I should
Question.
try again when I have more experience.
Royal
Question, why
Guard
not?
Creed.
Why now
Oh,
the
it's
main
really,
six
really,
is
really,
actually
really,
a
really,
military?
really,
They obviously more competent than all those guards
really
combined.
important. It's like this set of rules the Royal Guards have to stick to.
So it's really
like,
important.
treat everyone equally, and to never show fear, and to face each problem with pluck and aplomb. I'm not really sure what that last one means, but it
Having
sounds really
unrealistic
impressive.
expectations.
I've been trying to live my life by the creed for ages. I figure if I do, sooner or later some pony will notice, and then they can be my reference on the next application. And then the Royal Guard will have to let me in.
Wow. You've certainly got it all planned out, haven't you?
Uh-huh. I've wanted to be a Royal Guard ever since I was a colt. I only became a janitor because I had to.
You had to.
Yep. It's a family tradition thing, passed down the line. My father was a janitor,
Huh.
and so was his father, and his father's father, and so was his father's father's father,
I'm
and his father's
sensing
father's
a
father's
parallel
father.
with the
And his father
Griffins
before him?
background.
Actually, no. He was a village idiot, but he dreamed of becoming a janitor.
I see. But
Well,
you
this
don't
is
want
hopeless.
to.
Goodbye.
Not really.
Sensation. Oh, look. The evil cat is back.
What do you mean you don't have enough power?
Exactly what I said. My wand doesn't have enough magic left in it to do more than boil an egg.
I don't want an egg. I want you to cast a spell.
Steady on, Mr. Snuggles. Honestly, I'm beginning to regret casting that translation spell. It used up all of my wand's power,
No.
and the only thing you've done since you learned to talk is yell and threaten me.
I was always yelling and threatening you. You just couldn't understand it before. Damn your eyes and curse
An
your
actual
claws.
funny
What am
line.
I supposed to do now? I can't stay this way. I've tried making potions and using invocations of my own, but neither work in this accursed magically challenged body. There's less magic in this thing than in a rock. The longer I spend in this ridiculous form, the more I discover how much I hate.
Hang on. Stay this way? Stay what way? Mr. Snuggles? I think that spell has done more than let you talk. I think it's done something to your brain.
My brain is working perfectly adequately. More than adequately. I may have no capacity for magic, but I have more cognitive supremacy in the tip of my tail than you have in that entire hollow food dish in waiting, you color skull.
Oh no,
Say what?
he
Yeah.
didn't.
We shall rectify this situation.
Rectify? That just sounds rude.
Silence, fool!
You keep calling me that, but it's not
No.
my name. I know there haven't exactly been lots of visitors calling in to see me since you came to live here, so you haven't heard anyone say it out loud.
Just
But my
say
name is Worm.
your name.
Well, actually, that's just what everyone calls me, but...
Worm, eh? A fitting
You're
epithet.
known as
Oh,
Worm.
now you're just making words up.
Silence, worm, or you shall feel the rake of my claws again. And this time,
That's too
I will
easy.
aim for far more tender places than a creature of my stature is especially able to reach. Our
Uh-oh.
path is clear. I require magic, and you can cast it, poor as you are at the task. If your wand requires power, then we must give it power. Then you can cast the spell I require, and I shall finally be truly free.
Free from what? I know you're free from fleas because I gave you that flea bath just last week. And it's not like you pay any rent because, well,
You're not
you're
funny.
cat. And
Silence! You incontrovertible wretch of a flying chicken!
now that's taking things a bit
Oh,
too far, Mr.
snap.
Snuggles. I think it's time I reverse that translation spell. Or, I would if my wand wasn't out of power. Oh, Shazbot!
Tell me, wretch, how might
What
one
kind of
restore power
kind
to
of a
your
swear
wand?
is that?
I told you, it's Worm, not Wretch. And even that's not my real...
Yeah!
Ah! You drained
Oh.
life force! You drained
Mwah.
life force!
Good night, everybody.
From what?
Anything! Living things are best!
Ow, 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 ow.
Please let me go!
Magical things.
Ow, ow, ow. I'm glad I can. I'm glad.
Excellent.
I'm so glad this is an audio play, so I can actually see what's transpiring.
Very well then. Ugh.
Congratulations!
It's time for
Now
us
I
to
can
abandon
through
this
pain.
shabby
Now I
excuse
can
for
relate
it.
with you.
Pick yourself up, fool. We're leaving.
We are?
Yes. You
I
have
cannot
wings.
see anything
it's
with
time
these
for you to
on.
use them.
That's it.
But I never
This
leave
is
the
last time
mountains.
you'll see them.
This is my home. I can't cause any problems for anyone else when I mess up spells if there's no one else around. Although, I guess right now that doesn't matter, does it? Because I can't cast
Pacing.
spells with the drained wand.
Your mental acuity is truly startling.
You know... Ow! Something, Mr. Snuggles.
But
I don't think you're a very... nice kitty after all.
oh god, we only reached the meat turn.
Morning, Mr. Waddle Sr.
Oh, yes. Good
Good
morning.
morning. Good morning.
You?
Bucket, sir.
Yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Now carry on. I'm missing. I was right now. I'm missing. Carry on. Good. Jolly good. Still 30 minutes to go with this thing.
Morning, Mr. Waddle Jr.
Oh, good morning. You?
Seriously?
Bucket, sir.
Yes, good morning.
All right. Hello. Animaniacs reference.
Come on, every pony, smile, smile, smile. Fill my heart up with sunshine.
That's
All I
almost.
need's a... Morning, honey.
Bucket? Sweet Celestia, what are you doing out there?
I'm cleaning the windows. What does it look like?
A suicide attempt! You don't have any safety
Let him
equipment
do
on!
it. Let him
I've got my
die.
helmet.
You're holding on to the outside of the building! We're 3 stories up!
That does
Get
sound
back inside, quick!
dangerous.
But I haven't finished... Whoa! Oof. Steady on! That tail's attached!
Oh,
Honestly, Bucket,
poo.
what if you'd fallen?
I'm wearing my helmet.
And a sun hat on top of it. A sun hat with little roses and pink ribbons on it.
Well, you see, I got a little, self-conscious about the whole toilet brush thing, but I figured I'd feel less embarrassed if No Pony could see it. So I wore this hat to disguise it. Now No Pony will know, and I won't look stupid, so I won't feel self-conscious. Smart, huh?
foolproof.
I suppose it does make sense in a not really kind of way. Why are you here
She's
so
the
early
straight
anyway? There
mare.
can't be
Isn't
anyone in
it
the office
obvious
yet.
yet?
Actually, Mr. Waddle Sr. just went in. And Mr. Waddle Jr., actually.
What? Pony feathers. I'm supposed to make my
Okay,
coffee.
guys, we seriously need
Bye.
to sit down and have a discussion about
Honey.
this pony feathers thing.
How in the hay am I supposed to clean these windows now?
I don't know, like anyone else would.
Look out!
Here's Derpy!
Yipes!
Thanks for opening the window. For a second, I thought I was gonna crash right into it.
Gosh,
Wouldn't
Derpy,
that be
you
entertaining?
okay? You hit that wall pretty hard.
Fun I am. Package you
Don't
a
let her
dog
break
for.
the fourth wall.
I got you a package for
What?
Golly, that's better. Got a package for you, Bucket.
Really? For me? Oh, you shouldn't have. It's not even my birthday.
Actually, I think it's something
No.
you ordered.
This
The address
does
is all
not
smudged,
deserve
so
the
I couldn't
face
tell what
palm.
it actually said. But you can make out a B here and a K over here, and it looks just like all those other packages I delivered to you. So I figured it must be
Why
yours.
is
I
Derpy
took it to your house
still
first, but you
working
weren't
as
there,
a
so I brought it here
mailman?
instead.
Well, I did collect 100 potato chip bags so I could send off for a set of hoof guards. Is the package heavy?
Uh-huh.
Cool! It must be them. Gosh, that was quick. I only mailed the bags yesterday. You're a really great mailman, Derpy, if you can deliver stuff this fast.
Aw, shucks. You say the nicest things, Bucket. Uh-oh, I gotta go. I've got a letter for the mayor and it says important on the front. Bye, Bucket!
Bye, Derpy. Look out for the
Ugh.
wall.
Whoops, my bad. This time I got it.
Derpy versus Waltz. The heroic
Wow, I
tale
can't believe they're here
of
already.
whatever.
Huh?
Oh, the tone is suddenly changing.
That's not my hoof guards.
What happens now? Oh, poo.
So you understand, my good sir, what I am getting at here. In this
Indeed,
instance,
my good
although
sir, this is-
right now,
we have to
at this very moment in
More
time,
time, indeed,
Oh,
my good
yes.
sir, will show indeed.
I understand completely. Thank you for seeing me
Oh,
at such
oh, my-
short notice.
Celestial,
of
God,
course.
that's them.
You said you were looking for a
Shut
house
him up.
in Ponyville.
Or an apartment.
Oh, no, this is cringeworthy.
Bed.
Is that a goat?
Anything really. Just as long as it has
Do
to
all
go.
goats talk like
That's
this?
Yes.
I understand
I might
why
ask my
none of the goats that were around Ironwheel ever talked.
to these parts in this area.
Okay.
So quickly, vast, and with
What's,
so much.
what's with this other character?
Oh,
I speak like this because it's funny and quirky or something.
But you are not
No,
in
seriously,
any trouble
it's as if
at
this
all,
guy
are you?
was trying
You are not being
way too hard
almost
to be
goodbye
all the
authorities
6
or
Monty Pythons combined.
type. So did you
The result
make,
is
shall
so
we say,
annoying.
and whom you are
and
now
it's-
hiding from in order to avoid
And
the
this goes
second
on forever.
cement booty.
Seriously, I can summarize it to you in 2 words.
Oh, no.
This guy
Nothing
is
like
a point
that.
supremacist,
I'm
a
not
racist,
criminal.
and doesn't want to
I'm
sell a
not
house
mixed
to
up
the
with
goat
any either.
because he's a goat.
I get hives just crossing
That's the
street
whole scene.
anywhere but at a
It
crosswalk.
establishes
But you
exactly
are hiding.
this, except it takes 10 minutes to do so.
Bad idea.
Or so.
My
It's
good
really
sir,
the most...
do not
It's the most
mistake
annoying
my
part of the
concern
show.
for impoliteness.
It
I
had
am
problems
merely
of
playing,
padding
shall we
and
say,
pacing so
the
far, but
devil's advocate.
this is the worst part, the weakest
You
part
devil
of this
here.
episode.
I thought Ponyville was a safe place. You have that student of Princess Celestia's living here, don't you? And the elements of harmony.
You know what? I'm just going to
Don't
skip
make it
forward
downstairs.
because this is very
Those are
annoying.
the elements
Very, very
who
annoying.
indeed reside in
All
this
right.
town.
Bucket, I'm not getting in the broom closet with you.
It'll only be for a minute.
That's what my last boyfriend said too. The answer is still no.
I just want to show you something.
Bucket, you're really not helping your case.
Something important.
No,
Something you've never seen before.
definitely no.
Something that could
If
change
you
the course
keep
of your
this
life.
joke going for too long,
Have you been reading
it
those
loses
How to
its
Chatter
edge
and Mares
and it
articles
becomes
again?
redundant.
I told you time and time again, those things are full of rubbish.
I need to show you my package.
I'm leaving.
It's a big glowy rock that talks.
Okay, I'll admit I've never heard it called that before. So you get points for creativity.
No, honey, a real rock, like the kind you find in the dirt and covered in moss, only this one's small and pinky, purpley, blue, greeny, glowy, sparkly, spangly, jangly.
Pinky, purpley... What?
Derpy delivered a parcel this morning, and I thought it was the new hoof guards I ordered, only it wasn't. It was this weird glowy rock thing, and when I picked it up, it talked.
Soundtrack is saying this rock is actually
Yes,
magic.
dear.
See? I told you it glows. And that's not even the best part.
I think all my fur is standing on end.
Touch it.
What?
Yes,
No!
touch
Oh,
my
go
rock.
on. You won't regret it.
I already...
When I first picked up the stone, I was totally weirded out too. But then it told me all about this quest thing and how it helps heroes go on it. And I figured, wow, a for real quest set by a for real magic stone with for real magical magic?
really,
That's
really
sure to get the
sees.
Royal Guard admissions ponies to notice me, right? But the stone said I needed some pony else or it wouldn't tell me the details. So of course, I thought of you.
Of course. Because I'm the natural choice for a quest. What
What?
with all my
I
rampant
bet
survival
you
skills,
cannot have
magical
an
powers, and
adventure
ability
without
to
a
type
straight
60
man in
words a
the
minute.
group.
Well, I don't know what kind of quest it'll be, so maybe that'll come in useful. You never know.
Yes, actually, I do know. And what I know is that I am getting out of here before things get any more peculiar than they already are.
Though thou art but only two, I shall convey my
Oh,
quest.
great.
Listen,
Sally
ponies, and
decides to
listen
toss you
well.
riddles.
Thou must go where
If the cord doesn't get you, you'll fall down a hole, or get sucked into quicksand, or trip over a fallen branch and break your neck, or...
Hey, I'm not that clumsy.
Bucket, last week you got stuck with your overalls over your head and nearly suffocated. You cannot go into the ever-free forest. Never mind the rest of the guff this
Let it
stupid
go.
rock
Let it
came
go.
out with.
Let it go right now.
verily I do resent that remark.
Oh! Hello, Mr. Waddle. And hello, Mr. Waddle. How nice to see you. This isn't what it looks like.
It looks, Bunny, like you were having an assignation in the broom closet. I hope you know our policy on such hanky-panky around the office.
Yes, sir, I do, sir. Sorry, sir. It won't happen again, sir.
I should think not. Such tawdry goings-on are not fitting for an establishment such as ours. I must admit, I'm disappointed in you, Bunny. I had thought you had higher standards than to enact a vulgar tryst with the janitor.
It won't happen again, sir, because I'm giving notice.
What?
Yes, sir. I quit. Right now.
Good for you.
Consider this my last day. You can dock my pay in lieu of the week's notice I was supposed to give, but I won't be in on Monday. Come on, Bucket.
Okay.
Yeah, you
Bunny,
pussies.
come back here at once. I won't be spoken to in such a manner. I demand that you come back here
I'm sure
now.
this character
Sir,
doesn't
I
appear
will
again
give
in
you
future
2
episodes.
answers.
He's
Short
really,
answer,
really
no.
annoying.
Long answer, bugger. What exactly does one pack for a heroic quest?
And now
I
you suddenly
haven't
decide
got a
it's
clue.
intelligent to
Ooh,
go on an epic
but I
quest
could ask
because
the Stone of Ages.
You brought it with
because
you.
you had
Of course I did.
midlife
Like I was going to
crisis,
leave
I
it
guess?
behind. It's right here. It wants to talk to you.
Oh, it does it? Yes?
Art thou now in a better mood to begin thy quest?
Better mood? No. Ready to begin the quest? I guess so. I find myself suddenly bereft of many options.
Yes! You'll see, honey. This is going to be super duper extra special, fantastically, brilliantly awesome!
With a cupcake on top.
Oh. Buck.
Oh, bugger. That's the
You have been listening to episode 1 of the heroic tale of Heroically Heroic Heroes.
You mean it's over?
It featured in
This
order
is
of
the
appearance
first episode?
Scribbler as Honey, Pounce as Bucket, Sweetly as Worm, and Death Fun as Mr. Snuggles. The part of Dinky was played by I Am Shadow 007, and Adoxographist voiced Derpy. Deadly Reg was Mr. Waddle Sr., Black Iris Balloon played Mr. Waddle Jr., and Quiet Water played Zero.
Good.
The Stone of Ages was voiced by a bag of Vicodin, and your narrator was brained by Saucepans. It was written by Scribbler, with music by Riva Brony, and art by Mystic Alpha, brained by Saucepans, Mikey Resan, Fuzga Biscuits, and Kanaheme Zakani. Join us next time for episode 2. Adventuring is a tricksy business.
Really? That is your title? So I have to wait the next episode to actually see, to hear about Trixie at all? Okay, jokes aside, this radio play has several problems actually. I find the comedy per se is weak because it tends to overstay its welcome with all its jokes and redundancy and pacing problems. Actually, I found the glaring flaws of it much and more entertaining than its actual attempts at comedy. Okay, this was the first episode of the not-so-heroic tale of heroically heroic heroes. Or as I like to call it, the redundant tale of redundancy redundant. See what? You're killing even my own jokes. Thank you very much. Anyway. Okay, since this was the thing I just listened to, final thoughts? Well, it most certainly has a lot of room for improvement in future episodes. It depends if they manage to tone down the annoyances of the various characters and to better balance out the jokes and to rely on less obvious and cliched tropes such as the broom closet situation. But judging from how I heard they were going to characterize Stephen Magnet, which is going to take an appearance, they're basically going to turn him into Big Gay All. So I think toning down things is not an option anymore. Well, we'll get there when we get there with the actual second episode, whenever it comes out. As of now, this has been my, shall we say, sarcastic enjoyment of the heroic blah 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 blah, a radio play by Obab Scribbler. And she does great works with fanfiction dramatic readings. But, yeah, it can be better or it can get worse. As always with show and series that have just begun right now. This barely qualifies as a first impressions. Okay, we're done with this for now. And I hope you enjoyed. Hope you enjoyed it.